All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, Clark, are you okay?
Hello, yeah, very well, thanks. You?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Thanks
Good.
for joining me. I'm just going to share my screen, and if you can just let me know when you can see it.
Yep, I can see it now.
Yeah, great. So what I am going to do is, so first of all, I'm just going to hand over your system to you, if that's okay. So
Excellent.
I can send this on to you, but that will be your URL for Learning Assistant.
Okay, yep.
So anyone that you send it to, I'd recommend they save it as favourites or something because it can't be Google
Yeah.
for
Yes, yep,
security
yep.
and whatnot. So I'm just
Yep.
going to click on that and open it up. Okay, and does that look like okay for your logo?
Yes. Yep.
So first of all, I'm just going to log on as system admin. Now I will send you these logins as we're at the end of the webinar as well with the recording once it's downloaded.
Excellent.
Accept on these terms and conditions.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
It's kind of just pretty general stuff you can
Yeah.
use any time. Now,
Yeah, yep. And manager.
okay, and you're happy for me to sign that.
Yes, yeah, that's great.
So that just means that if they need anything, they'll come to you, and you'll be the person,
Yeah.
that's kind of in charge of the license.
Excellent.
Second to load up. Now, them bits that we've just signed, you can see them there at any time.
Okay, yep. I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah, so it's not kind of disappeared for it.
Yeah, yep.
So I'll go ahead and go through your system admin side of things. Anywhere that you need me to stop or ask questions, just jump in, whatever kind of suits you, if that's okay.
Yeah. I will do, thank you.
Yeah, fabulous. Because it is just me and you, isn't it, on the set, with just a sum of is quite plain.
Okay, yep.
Let you know what's on your home screen. On the right-hand side, you've got your system summary, which will tell you how many people you've got enrolled. You've got your summary here, which has got the City and Guilds digital support email address should you need to get in touch with them in Glasgow.
Yep.
Licenses we've just gone over, and resources. Now, in your resources, that will populate through with some YouTube videos, which will be like how to, step-by-step guides for assessors and IQAs and super users to what to do, and just a bit of more.
Are there any of those? Sorry to interrupt. Are there any of those kind of videos available for the learners themselves?
Yep. So you've got you've got learner ones as well, and they're all YouTube links as well, so you can share them out to people directly if needed. Okay. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to kind of run over the avatar and then work my way sort of in what is the most logical order down this left-hand side.
Yep.
So starting at the top here, you've got the little system admin, the cog, if you like. Now, this will be the same for your assessors and IQAs. Do you do any of that, or will you be generally managing the system?
Yeah, I do the administration as well, so I'll be involved with with that. I don't do any of the IQAing or assessing, but I do the admin on everything as well.
Okay, so it's worthwhile in the notifications bit there, popping in your email address.
Yeah.
The only time I'd say don't is if you were having an assessor login as well. But put yours in there, that's fine. And then if you want to have email notifications, then you can choose to have that on or off.
Excellent. Yep.
Yeah. Also, there you've got preferences, so how you view the platform, whether it be changing the text or the icon.
Right.
Donut chart is automatic. You may prefer it as like a bar chart. They're kind of things that you can go through as an.
Right. Okay, I'm with you.
Is at the top here, so just password. So if you're going to carry on using this one, then you'd want to change that.
Change it.
A bit more secure. Okay. So that's your avatar and the home page. So packages you can kind of ignore. They're quite old-fashioned. You won't have any of them current safety. Is that so? For now, I'm just going to I'm just going to go into the level 3, and then can you see that little edit button?
Yeah, this looks a bit more familiar to me from when I used Learning Assistant last
So
time.
the user interface, so how it looks,
Yeah.
will be updated to kind of the new style, this sort of black and red boxes.
Okay. Yeah.
Going kind of stage by stage. So this is probably next to go. So you can kind of ignore all this basic bit. This is what we input when we move over your course, and then we've got the course building here. Now, did you use course building, or was it a function when you had it?
I did. I did use a bit of it. I'm trying to remember what reason I used it for, but yeah, I did. So I'm slightly familiar with it, but I could do with going over it again.
No, of course. I just checking. So you've got all your units that are built into that course anyway. But what some people might decide to do is build like an induction course. Yeah, so you're kind of designing your own course, which is where you might store things like learner questionnaires, IRs, bits like that. I don't want to store within the portfolio. Which to do that, you would just go add a new unit.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what it was. We basically have a front section where we get learners to upload things which aren't really related to any of the units themselves, like CV and job description, things like that. So I think I used this to create that.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I generally tell people to use it for. So I might do induction and then learner documents. You can upload documents as resources in there. Once you've saved. I won't save for now though, just so because it will go on.
Yeah, of course. Yes, yeah.
In your induction title, you can actually build forms in now. Did you see that?
I don't think so. No, not before. No, I don't think so.
No. So obviously you've seen the bit where you can have your criteria of, CV. I think was it job description is the other one.
Yeah, job description. Yeah.
I mean, I've not been an assessor for about 8 years now, and then there was like your ER and bits like that. So you might put them in.
Yeah.
But your forms, if you have like a learner questionnaire or anything like that, or like an induction. I mean, I've just done one with another centre that do like a ERR. What's your competency out of 10?
Yeah, we do have those kind of things. They're generally dealt with before the learners sign up to the system. But to be honest, there'll be other things that we'll be able to use this sort of thing for anyway. Okay,
so within there you get like a form here, and then I'll just put a learner questionnaire as the title because you can you can see how it sits. And then you can add in fields like free text boxes or check boxes, rate select button. So it could, or name. I don't know, whatever question you might have. So have you done I don't know, work-based learning before, and that might be yes, no, don't know, or you can get rid of it. And so you can build these forms in here, and then they look like writable PDFs.
Okay, excellent.
And you can kind of create so it's basically helping you to go paperless. Learn something in there.
Yes.
You can say that, right, I only want the candidate to be able to, and then you may do another one that says assessor feedback. You could get rid of candidate and only in it.
That's good actually. Assessor statement where there are certain declarations that the assessor has to make on behalf of the learner.
We have one like when in conjunction with like the ACE form and stuff. So we have to get our learners and assessors to fill out like a confirmation at the end. Happy and how good was your assessor and feedback form. So that can all be built like this.
Excellent.
And then once you save it, that then sits within that recording form bit. And then if you wanted to edit it, you would just click straight back in there. You don't have to create a new one to access it. But then preview the form. And then there it will look. Once the
that was really useful.
Now, how you would build a full new unit. But then you can if you press on the edit button again, and you've got all your criteria and outcomes put down there. If you click on an outcome, you've got that option again to upload documents. And I would have probably used it. I mean, we didn't have a learning system and I was an assessor, but I would have probably built a form around like my UPK questions. All your knowledge, so the describe.
So for example, we give each learner a support guide, and the support guide basically has various guidance notes and things like that for each unit. So we could sort of split that up and maybe put that as a resource on the.
If it was for the whole of Unit 301, if you click on the unit title, you've got documents there that you can upload. So where it says explain and stuff. That's that, knowledge. I would build a form, a recording. I've got the option either to write them, but you can still do your voice recording or conversation, etc. But
excellent.
It's another way to use them forms to save you assessors and the learners a lot of time because it maps straight into those bits of criteria.
Excellent. Yeah.
All right. Any questions on your courses and customising?
No, that'll make sense. That recording form looks working out the different ways we can use it. But that looks really good.
And then if you want any order is to first of all pop in your companies. You also need like your learners' employers in. Are they all employed through you?
No. So basically each learner, generally speaking, will be employed by a different company. So they would be their
company in here.
I don't know. Well, it would depend on what the reason for it would be, because we could end up with, so we take on about sort of 120 to 150 learners a year, so we could be dealing with that many different companies. We basically just deal with the learners themselves individually. So it would depend on, I'm trying to remember, I don't think we definitely didn't do that when we used Learning Assistant before, so I suppose it would depend on what the benefit of that would be on the system if we were to put companies in, because
the benefit for that is primarily your reporting.
Right, okay.
So you can report down to a company level if you wanted. Now, they're not standards, are they? So there isn't necessarily that need to keep the employer in the loop. The employer can have read-only visibility if they're signed up to this.
I'm just thinking about this now. At the moment, we have some companies where we'll have sort of maybe a group of sort of 3 or a few learners there, and so for those rare occasions, it might be useful. If sometimes I get approached by employers who just ask for a status update on their learners, and then I just do it individually and send them a screenshot from our current online portfolio of how each learner's doing.
Reports that run on a regular basis or as a one-off. And that can.
It might be something useful for our account managers, our salespeople, in terms of the clients they're looking after. So that's just basically to record which companies each learner works for.
Yeah, and each learner needs to be pinned to a company. So if you don't want to create the ones that they're working with, then perhaps create like a dummy one. Yeah. So
right, okay.
So what I'll do is I'll do a BSc one. The login will be that, and then I'll just do the word password. I mean, you can delete and change this.
Yeah.
You like. So I'll do that, and then ideally, if you want to pop in, I say normally at least a contact number, because then assessors and learners can access that contact number when they need.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only really their name that you actually need to put in, so it's quite a process. If you put in their email address, you can send login details to them so they can get read-only access to their learner's portfolio. But if you don't put it in, it doesn't give you that option anyway. So you don't need to do that. And then what I'm just going to do is do a BSc staff for now. I mean, like I say, just feel free to change these as you need. Every password, I'm going to set the password if that's okay.
Yeah.
So once they're all in, you then go down to your team members. Now, I'm going to, if it's okay with you, just create a team member for myself. So
go for it.
When I come to doing the assessor training, I've got someone to log in as, and then you can just delete it as you as you need.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm just going to do Miss Amy Lang, and I'm going to put myself as your staff.
Mhm.
And I'll leave mine as password. And then so your trainers can be assessor and internal verifier, can be the same login details. But if
Excellent. Yeah.
they needed to be a registrar, like the admin side of it as well, then it would be a separate login, just because of how the functionality works. So if you've got an alternative title, it might be that you're not an assessor, you're a trainer. You can pop that in.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason we can't change it here is because everyone uses different names now.
Yeah, so you just sort of want like a generic disc title of that. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And then you just do create and assign courses. And then all you do is move whichever course they deliver across to there. Update. If they if you've put in an email address, you can email the login details from there straight off. But then that is a team member already set up in your system. Just there.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay. Now I'm just really quickly going to create a dummy IQA. Just because I can't allocate myself as a assessor and IQA for the same learner.
Yeah.
Hold on. So you've done your next thing we're going to do. Myself up. I'm going to have to remember that for next week, or when it's tomorrow. I can't remember. So
no, we haven't actually arranged it yet.
Oh, okay. So when you're setting up your assessors, when you do it, if you create them a test candidate, then they've got someone to like practice with, and use one of your licenses.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So, and then that is where you'd allocate their company. So I'm just going to do that with BSC. But that's where their company would sit to pin them to that. Again, password. And then you can choose, that's the only mandatory information, but you can choose to put in address, further information, system, property, etc. That was just confirmation it's a test candidate. And then you want to press continue with enrollment. And then you've got enroll in new course. And then you choose the course they want to go on. I'm just going to put myself on the level 3 health and safety, as it's the first one that's come up. Now you guys don't do on either of them.
Sorry, off the job hours.
Off the job training, like in standards, it's not.
Oh right, no, we don't.
So with this metrics, if you untick that, it won't show on your portfolio.
Okay.
Okay. And then you would allocate your primary assessor and your primary IQA. Again, you can do an alternative title up here.
Yeah.
And then the next one, which is really important, is to put a course date, start and end date. This will show their progression. If you don't do that, it won't show a progression bar.
Excellent, yeah.
And then just submit. And then you've got your learner now enrolled.
Yeah.
So then you can search your learner through the package, through the course that you've about your learners have got included. Back to reports and settings, I'm just going to run down these bottom ones, and they tend to be things that you either use or you don't.
Sorry to interrupt. I've just remembered something since the units for the level 3 showed up there just prompted me to about a question. It is probably something that we dealt with before because we had the same qualification when we were using this before. But the way that this particular qualification works, the level 3, it's got those 5 units there, and they're all mandatory. But then the same qualification's got another 4 units which the learner is meant to choose 2 from.
Yeah.
So is that something that we would have to them to actually discuss?
Yeah, so that's what save changes. But as that, then they show on the portfolio for the learner now, because I clicked all of them.
Brilliant. Yeah, excellent. That's great. Thank you.
So yeah, these bits here you'll either use or you won't. Like, so, you know, they're either used.
Yeah, I think we didn't.
And then welcome to LA. Here is your new portfolio. And then you can say, right, I want that to go out to, I'll do trainers. And then you can press save. Once you've pressed save, it then give you the option to refresh. There's my event on this date, and it's gone out to the trainers, and then you can edit or delete it as appropriate.
If they don't happen to be on the website, to tell them that there's...
It goes on their homepage, so it doesn't trigger anything.
Right, okay.
It's where that system summary is. It sits in like a live...
So they have to log it. That's related to that. Is there any sort of way that they could receive email notification learners done something that...
Receive all of that. You automatically get set up a forum, and then you as the administrator or manager can create more, but they're automatically set for you. But you can go into everyone on level 3, you can create a thread. Messages, now